On this week's episode of What's Up Weekly, the Eras Tour took over Indianapolis, or as they like to call it, Swift City, for its last stop in the U.S. We'll hear from students who were there and discover just how much they were willing to pay for a night with Taylor.
And the Indiana football team is making history, but what about the history of Memorial Stadium? We'll tell you about the building's past.
Plus, hear all about the drama about the passing of a TikTok star. But this one has 4 legs and a fluffy tail.
Get ready to meet the high school senior who's not just hitting the books, but also hitting all the right notes. Musical artist Conner Loveless is in studio to perform and talk about his music career.
Watch me dance, dance the night away.
And she's only 20 years old, already dancing at the professional level. Meet Michaela Brown from the NBA's Pacemates. She'll tell us about the audition process and what it takes to be on the team.
Lately, I've been moving close to the edge. Still be looking my best.
Hello and welcome to What's Up Weekly. I'm Carson Johnson.
And I'm Grace Morocco. Carson, I'm sounding a little unlike myself today. I lost my voice.
Yes, I heard you've been sick.
Yes, and I wish I could say I lost my voice singing at Taylor Swift, but that is unfortunately not true.
Well, you know what? You're good and you're ready to relax and maybe
Yes.
enjoy what some people are calling Christmas season.
Exactly. Halloween is over. November 1st started the season of Christmas.
Of course.
And that's what the Queen of Christmas, Mariah Carey, posted to Instagram. Take a look at her post. Exactly what she said. It's here. It's the holiday season.
Can I tell you something? I got back from my night out the last day of Halloween and I watched Christmas Vacation.
Exactly what you should do. Halloween went on for way too long this weekend.
I know, it felt like it was like 32 days long.
It did feel like a year. Well, the other things that happened this weekend was Taylor Swift came to Indianapolis, and it's safe to say that there were a lot of Hoosier faces in the crowd. Dana Belmer has more. Dana?
Fans all around the world have been looking forward to Taylor Swift's performance in Indy this past weekend, ever since she announced her Indy dates last fall. Hoosiers attending share what they are wearing and what surprise songs they hope she will perform.
I am so excited.
I'm so excited. I can't wait.
So excited.
I'm just really excited for the moment to finally be here.
I'm super duper excited to go see Taylor Swift. It's been a long time coming.
I'm wearing the second night, Saturday.
I'm going Sunday night.
I'm wearing a silver sparkly skirt and like a white asymmetrical top and my cowboy boots.
I'm going as Midnight, so I have a blue sparkly dress, and I'm going to put jewels in my hair and around my eyes.
I'm going to be wearing a Karma's My Boyfriend t-shirt.
I'm wearing a Reputation outfit, little bodysuit, and a black outfit.
I'm wearing a recreation of her Reputation bodysuit with a snake.
I hope never grow up because I'm going with my mom and that'd be cute.
I am going with my boyfriend's mom and little sister. What I hope that they are is false god. I would love a good long live. And I think since it's the last night of the U.S. tour, I think that it's going to be something special.
I'm a big fan of her classics, so I like 22. That's a great one.
I'll definitely be singing the loudest to Are You Ready For It, because I love the Reputation era vibes.
Indianapolis was Taylor Swift's last stop in the United States before heading off to Canada. Her performance Friday night even broke an attendance record for a concert held at Lucas Oil Stadium. Grace and Carson, back to you guys.
Up next, we're talking about the hottest celeb costumes of the season. From an albino alligator to an Ozempic costume, there was no shortage of weird choices. See our favorites when we come back.
And an orphaned squirrel that became a social media star was euthanized in New York after authorities seized the pet. Fans are outraged. All that and more coming up next. Welcome back. It is time for Trending Topics. Well, a TikTok famous squirrel was forcibly euthanized last week by the state of New York. Mark Longo owned Peanut the squirrel for 7 years. After turning the wild animal into a pet, he started a TikTok in his name that garnered nearly 700,000 followers before Peanut died. Longo also owned a raccoon named Fred that was euthanized along with Peanut. The state of New York said they were euthanized to test for rabies. On a News Nation interview with Chris Cuomo, Longo said the euthanization was disgraceful. A GoFundMe in Peanut's honor has raised over $162,000.
There's a lot of things going on in New York. I feel like a little tiny baby squirrel and a raccoon is the least of their worries.
I know, you've got rat infestations, roads and
Yes.
bridges to fix. Just leave the squirrel and the raccoon
Leave
alone.
the little furry guys alone. That is just ridiculous. Well, Heidi Klum phoned home on Halloween. For nearly a quarter century, she has worn elaborate costumes at her annual Halloween bash that draws many celebrities. And she certainly didn't disappoint this year. The 51-year-old made a dramatic entrance as E.T. at New York's Hard Rock Hotel. Her face was peeking out of the costume's neck underneath an animatronic head that blinked and moved its mouth. Her husband also attended the party as E.T., but of course, she was not the only notable costume that we saw last week. Kim Kardashian took a questionable approach as an albino alligator. Really weird. I don't really see the vision. Lizzo poked fun at her South Park episode and dressed up as Lizzo, a playoff of the weight loss drug Ozempic. And Bradley Cooper was some like Tomb Raider dog. I don't know, it really looked like a furry to me. And Hailey Bieber and Justin were characters from the cartoon Kim Possible. And my queen, Sabrina Carpenter, wore an igloo dress. Actually, I was an Eskimo the same day she was an igloo. And as you guys know, I dressed up as Sabrina for Halloween. So I think we're connected a little
I think
bit.
the parallels are a little bit uncanny at this
I
point.
think so too, you know? I think we would be best friends.
Well, when we come back, we have a singer-songwriter in the studio, and he's not only in high school.
That's right, he might only be in high school, but he already has his own original songs. He'll be back in the studio when we come back. Joining us now, Conner Loveless is a singer-songwriter from Petersburg, Indiana. He started singing and writing songs in second grade, and after a quick break, he rediscovered his passion during the pandemic. Now he's back creating original music and performing around Southern Indiana. Thanks so much for being here today, Conner. I have to say, your name sounds like a superstar. Conner Loveless, like that's perfect.
Is that your real name or is it a stage name?
That is my real name.
That is so
That is perfect.
Well, when did you realize that being a singer was something that you were interested in doing?
So in like fourth grade, I was obsessed with Elvis, and we had like a program every fall, like at our elementary school, and that was the first time I learned to sing and play, and I dressed up as Elvis, and I played Heartbreak Hotel, and I really enjoyed it then from that start. But like I said, I kind of took a break from like fourth to like seventh grade, and that's when COVID hit for me, and I relearned how to play, and I started playing at my church a little bit in our praise band, and then this random local guy asked me to play with their band, and that first gig really like got me going again, and I've been going since. So.
Yeah, definitely. So I understand you have a few original songs. So what's your songwriting process?
When I think I was a freshman, so a couple years ago, we went and saw James Arthur in concert, if you know who that is, and we got like the VIP tickets, so we got to like go to the Q&A before, and I got to ask him a question, and I asked him like how he wrote his songs. So he told me that he just like writes down words on a piece of paper about how he's feeling and makes them off of that. So that's how I did like the first couple. And then my favorite song that I wrote, I saw a line in a dream one time, and I kind of just based it off of that. So it's just different.
Oh my gosh, like that's perfect. In your dream?
Yeah, I just woke up and wrote it down as fast as I could. So
Awesome. Well, where do you see yourself in 10 years?
hopefully playing music full time. Playing at some music festivals and stuff. Just connecting even more with bigger and better artists, and surrounding myself with people that'll make me better.
Awesome. And you said a little bit before this that you're about to go to college for music. Tell me more about that.
I'm going to Belmont University, Nashville, for music business, because I thought about going for like the performance part, but I think the music business part will help me like be able to get myself out there better, learn all that stuff, and like how to connect with people more and network with people. So yeah, I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Nashville, here he comes. We want to hear you perform, so what do you say? Are you ready to sing?
Yeah.
Defined by dust cloud, I'm telling you, baby. These things eat at your bones and drive your young mind crazy. But will you place your head between my collar and jaw? I don't know much, but there is no weight at all. And if I do, and if I don't, 'cause when I say I miss you, I know that you won't. 'Cause I miss you in the mornings when I see the sun. Something in the orange tells me we're not done. To you I'm just a man, to me you're all I am. Where am I supposed to go? I poison myself again. Something in the orange tells me you're never coming home. I need to hear you say you've been waiting all night. There's orange dancing in your eyes from bone blind. Your voice only trembles when you try to speak. Take me back to us dancing this wood used to creak. To you I'm just a man, to me you're all I am. Where am I supposed to go? I poison myself again. Something in the orange tells me you're never coming home. I'm just a man, to me you're all I am. Where the hell am I supposed to go? I poison myself again. Something in the orange tells me you're never coming home. If you leave today, I'll just stare at the way the orange touches all things around. The grass, trees, and dew, how I just hate you. Please turn those headlights around. Please turn those headlights around.
Oh my gosh, Conner, that was amazing. So if anybody wants to follow you or find your music, where can they find you?
I'm on Spotify and Apple Music and just about all streaming services. And then I got a TikTok and Instagram if you want to go follow me. So.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Conner. And when we come back, we're joined with another talented person. She's only 20 years old and already a professional dancer for a team you might recognize. Meet her when we come back. Joining us now, IU junior and NBA Pacemate Michaela Brown. She started dancing when she was just 5 years old, and now she is a professional dancer at just 20. She's joining the Pacers for their 2024-2025 squad. Thanks for being here, Michaela.
Thank you guys for having me. I'm so excited.
Well, tell us, how and when did you become interested in dance? What was the timeline like?
Okay, so it was kind of weird because I did swim when I was younger. So my parents originally put me in swimming. My dad really wanted me in basketball. He wanted me to just do like normal sports, I guess. But we were at our fair back in my hometown, and they had like parents outside of like one of the stands trying to recruit people for their dance team and everything. And so my parents were like, okay, well, we might as well do it. So I started doing like recreational dance. So I didn't compete. I just had like a recital every year. I was in ballet and hip hop, did a little bit of jazz, but mainly just stuck with ballet up until I think I was like 13, I think. And then my parents finally gave in, let me do competitive dance. And I did that all the way from 13 until I graduated high school. So it's been a part of my life forever.
Yeah, I'd say so. And your parents are probably pretty happy that they put you in dance.
Oh, they are. They're so excited.
So I understand that you have a little bit of college involvement with dance, but you tried out for the Red Steppers and didn't actually make it. And now you're on an NBA dance team. So I'd like to kind of hear about that journey.
It was crazy, actually. So my senior year, I spent the first like semester of that prepping for all the workshops and everything. I came to IU a couple times. I think the end of junior year, and then I came to a couple workshops my senior year just to meet the coach and meet the team and take class from them. And I was like, I really want to do this because I didn't think there were any other options here. They just weren't really advertised. It was always just like red steppers, red steppers, red steppers. And I knew people that were on the team, so I was like, okay, I really want to make it. I went and tried out at the end of my senior year and was cut before the finals even happened. I was first cut. There were like, I think over 100 people were there, and she only takes around 30 girls. And I was like, there's just no way. But I thought with all my experience, I'd be fine. Well, I was one of the first people cut, which was really, really hard. I remember sobbing my whole way home. And I was like, you know what? It's fine, I'll find something else. I had heard of like the Crimsonettes dance team here. They were formerly the Hoosierettes. And then I heard a little bit about In Motion Dance Company through some people that I danced with in my hometown, because there's a lot of girls that came here specifically for dance majors. And so I decided to use that as like a training up until my sophomore year. I tried it again, didn't make it. And I was like, what is going on? Yeah. I actually was hit with probably one of the lowest blows in my life. I was quitting after that. I was done. But I stayed in Motion. I left the Crimsonettes because I was just super overwhelmed, and I really wanted to hit In Motion the most just because that was more my style. Crimsonettes is more like red stepper style. They do palm and everything, and In Motion was more like contemporary hip hop. And so I just really wanted to dedicate my time to that. And one of my friends is like massive Pacers fan. She wants to be a Pacemate so bad. And she was like, you know what? You should just try out. And we were like, okay, we'll do it together. So I filled out the form, realized I filled out the wrong form, filled the one out from last year. And I was like, oh no, she's gonna I thought my coach was gonna think I was an idiot. So then I filled out the new one and was like, okay, I'm just gonna go in, see what happens. I didn't think I was gonna make the team at all. I was just going for like experience, just to see like if that was something I wanted to do after I graduated. And I was like, there's no way I can do it from Bloomington to Indy, even though there's some girls that did it from Cincinnati to Indy. Wow. Which was crazy to hear. But I just went in, and on the first, they do it like in days. And so the first day, that's when they made their like big cut. So everyone that shows up, they do like the whole ritual of you learn a dance, you perform it, they judge you basically, and they choose who they want their finalists to be. And I can't remember how many we had, but she only takes 18 girls. I think we had maybe 30, a little over 30 finalists. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get cut tonight. Totally fine. And she called my number for a finalist, and I was like, oh no. I didn't ask off for work because I was like, there's no way. There's absolutely no. I genuinely didn't think it was gonna happen. Well, and then I made it through the whole process. So, I mean, not making the red steppers was 100% a blessing in disguise. I never like thought that there was gonna be anything better for me. And then I went and tried out for Pacemates, and it ended up being like the best decision I ever made.
It's almost cinematic the way that played out.
It feels like a movie. It literally felt like a movie. It was like the big blow into something that's actually like crazy.
Yeah. Well, how do you balance being a Pacemate with being a college student at the same time? What's that process like?
It's hard. It's actually probably one of the hardest things I've ever done. I'm used to time management because like I was commuting 30 minutes to my studio back in my hometown, and I was there from I think 3:45 until almost 10 every single night. So I was used to the really busy schedule, but now it's just like I have to do all of my work and everything on like that Sunday of the week. I have to do everything early. There's no room in the middle of the week to honestly do anything. It's really hard to balance though, but it's so cool. So it's like, okay, it's fine. And I'm still doing really well in school actually. These are probably the best grades I've had since I came here. It's an hour drive from here. So I get there early. I use that time to do all my schoolwork if I can. I come home, I rest for a minute, I lock in again, and I just do that pretty much every single day. But I try to get as much work as done like that Sunday into the rest of the week, so I don't have anything else.
You are busy, girl, but you are
crazy.
on fire. So if anybody wants to follow you on Instagram or anything, or see you dance, where can they find you?
Michaela Brown 003, Michael with an A.
Perfect. Thank you so much for coming. We loved having you.
Thank you so much.
Yes, of course. Coming up, the football team is making history, but what about the history of Memorial Stadium? Stick around to hear the story behind the iconic venue. You won't want to miss it.
Plus, basketball season has a tasty change this year. Hear how you can get free food all season long. Stay with us. Indiana football is making history. The Hoosiers are 9-0 for the first time in program history. Well, speaking of history, have you heard about the history of Memorial Stadium itself? The original stadium was built in 1925, right where the Arboretum is today. It was built with only $1 million and named to honor World War I veterans. It was the football stadium. It was the football stadium until 1960, when the Memorial Stadium that we know and love today was built.
Now the stadium is a really cool and kind of small but loud and mighty stadium that you can have a lot of fun in. It's not overly big, it's not too complicated to get to, and when it's full and it's full of Indiana fans, it really rocks. And I think that's important in a day and age when students want to feel like they're part of something exciting and bigger than themselves.
Today, the stadium seats almost 53,000 fans, a number that we're expected to see at tomorrow's game against Michigan.
Well, speaking about the Hoosiers, this basketball season has a tasty change. Indiana Athletics and Finney Hospitality Group have partnered up for a new promotion that turns missed free throws into French fries. During home games, if the opposing team misses 2 consecutive free throws, fans can receive free French fries from Bloomington Finney restaurants. That means free fries from Yogi's, Social Cantina, Smokeworks, and The Tap. All you have to do is download the Finney Group app and redeem it the day after the game. Now, you do have to make one purchase to get the reward, but hey, free fries are free fries.
A Bloomington business is moving in where a long-standing restaurant used to be. The Kirkwood Candle Bar will soon take over for the former Irish Lion building. The Irish Lion operated in Bloomington for 42 years but sold for $1.3 million in September. But now the Kirkwood Candle Bar, which is currently inside Ellie Mae's boutique, will move into the location. The Candle Bar has been operating for 2 years and offers candle making classes.
And that's what's up this week. Tune in next week for more local and entertainment news.
Be sure to follow us on social media. Follow us on Instagram at IUSTVWoo.
For What's Up Weekly, I'm Grace Morocco.
And I'm Carson Johnson. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.